What's up YouTube? It's Aquarian Energy back. Hope you guys are feeling well. I was just listening to my intuition this morning as I'm relaxing on this sun porch. I was thinking about what I could make a video on, and I was thinking about people. I was thinking about a lot of stuff, but I was thinking about how people come and go out of your life, and so that's what this video is going to be on. One thing I learned, right, and this is just due to my upbringing and what I've been through in my life and what I've had to experience. I believe that everything happens for a reason. Everything had to happen for me to see what it was and for me to grow from it. And to try my best to keep growing, because it made me into the person I am today. Not everything about me is great, and dandy, I'm not perfect, but I'm not trying to make excuses for, the things that I've done. Anyways, one thing that I learned is people are going to come and go out your life. And some may experience that at a very young age, and they will see that everything is subject to change. Life is so unpredictable. People are so unpredictable. It doesn't matter if they're your family, blood related or not. It's like you never know what's going to happen. Some days you just never know. Anything could happen at any time, and we get caught up in, thinking that we have all the time in the world and this, that, and the other, when really, we don't. We really don't know how much time we have, and that's like the beauty of it. It's like a mysterious beauty, because if we knew everything, then it wouldn't be as interesting, and some like advice is learn to be able to sit with yourself, learn to be in solitude. And it's like, I can say this, but for some people it's very difficult. For me, it's not really, just because of the life that I've had to endure in the situations. But it's always good to have yourself at the end of the day, when you can come home and just, be okay with like who you are. Because things are here one day, and the next day they're gone. And then when those things leave, maybe like a part of you leaves with it, like a memory or certain emotions, whether it's like a relationship, like a breakup from a serious relationship, or someone passing away. It could be a family member. I've been through all of that, and I know how it feels. And it's kind of crazy. Now that I'm like really thinking about it more, it's like when we're so young, it's like our minds aren't even fully developed, and we're in that playful stage where like everything's like a fantasy, but the like knowing and the truth about life isn't really there yet to a full degree, until like we get older and start to open our minds and to learn more and then we really get to see how things really operate. It's like, whoa, it's like a humbling experience. It's like your ego is like being smacked in the face, like back to back. And I needed that too, you know, because there was a lot of times in my life where my perception of people, places, and things were distorted. Like and sometimes it still is, but I'm definitely like trying to work on that. But I wouldn't know that if I didn't do research, right? That's why like I urge people to learn about the mind, learn about psychology, and different levels of psychology. Learn how people work and they operate. You ever like wonder why people do what they do and think what they think and act how they act? I'm into that stuff. I'm not a psychologist, but I definitely think like one, you know? And I like to go deep into like my mind. I like to go deep into other people's minds and to like figure out things. That makes it weird. Um, but that's just how I am. And I'm just like a deep thinker on life, period. And I love it, you know, because it's been so empowering to just learn about life on a deep level and to just keep, learning and learning and to not be so simple minded and to be so blind to what goes on in this world, and like the hidden things that are here and the people and who they're not, who they think they are, and yada yada yada. I used to be so naive when I was younger, and I still sometimes I still can be, but I'm definitely doing a lot better. You know, for example, um, okay, people who like to go to church. I'm not trying to like disrespect people who go to church or this, that, and the other, but I thought from what I was brought up, yada yada yada, that like people who went to church were all holy and like perfect. Like I really thought people like that were perfect. Like they didn't swear, they didn't hit anyone, you know, and it was like no, like I learned that a lot of things are not what they seem to be, or people, because I know plenty of people who have have said that they're spiritual and act very spiritual and then do the opposite thing, because I've been there, and I'm not trying to like point the finger because it comes right back at myself. I've been there, and I've taught some spiritual shit and some holy shit. I don't go to church. I'm not religious. I used to be, but I found my own path, and I enjoy it. But a lot of people can talk a good game and say this and say that, but how are they living when they go home, or when they leave that building, or when they leave yada yada yada? Like how are they thinking once they leave that place where they're all perfect and happy, and that's why I think a lot of people are just bullshit, because I've seen my own bullshit. I've been in so many places mentally, like egotistical places, where like I thought I was fucking Gandhi. Talking about, I have a big ego that has gotten in the way of my life, and a lot of things that have like messed up a lot of things. And I got to a point in my life, man, where I was just like so egotistical. Like I thought I was like some holy, being that was perfect. And nothing could faze me, and I was extra positive, and this, that, and the other, when really that was my ego just getting in the way and just putting on a mask, you know, and just trying to be all, nice all the time. When really I just needed to be myself, but I didn't know myself. I knew bits and pieces, but not fully. And I had a very powerful like awakening process like back in 2012 where I went through this like depressive state, and at the end of it, I came out with a new sense of self and what I wanted to like believe in and how I wanted to view life and myself. And it was such a humbling experience, you know? Um, and I definitely needed that. And ever since then, I've done a lot of crazy stuff. But I just try and right my wrongs and do the best I can to just be a better person as a whole. Um, so I don't know where I'm going with this, but um, at the end of the day, is like I'm okay with being by myself. I'm okay with being alone. I'm okay with, not having a female around me all the time, you know. Um, and it makes me learn about myself more, you know. But it's also good to have connections with, the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever, you're into, you know. If it's human bonding, human contact, like, I believe humans need that. Like, the power of like, touch is powerful, you know? Um, but I'm just at a place in my life where, like, listen, I still want to do a lot of things with my life. I want to reconnect with, certain people and to do things that I deserve to do on a level of happiness. But besides all that, like, I'm not afraid to die. I don't believe in death. I believe it's just an illusion. Um, and if I was to go today, I wouldn't be afraid. I would just be, disappointed in myself that I didn't do the things that I want to do yet, that I'm gonna do. Whether it's taken me a long ass time that I should have done years ago, with procrastination and just uh, hindrances in my life, and obviously me being my worst own enemy, getting in the way of not, succeeding at certain things and, putting things off and taking breaks over here and, my life hasn't been like this, like every year is success and I'm getting more money and getting richer and getting all these things. Like, it's been up and down, a little bit of here, and I'm just trying to, take it slow and steady, but also be forceful with my like positivity, you know. But it's been a beautiful journey, and I've learned a lot about myself and other people, and just stepping through, certain like things in my life, like, like fears, um, and just pushing forward. So, at the end of the day, I have myself. At the end of the day, when I lay down, I have myself, and that's all that matters. You know, that's all that matters. Um, so I'm gonna shut it down soon. It's almost 15 minutes. Wow, that goes by kind of quick, huh? But yeah, man, just learn to be, you know, mentally, emotionally strong in this lifetime. Because there's a lot of crazy stuff here. There's a lot of things that want to take you off track. Um, and you gotta have a bulletproof soul. Yeah. That's actually a song by Sade, if you guys don't know. In my other video about like music, I mentioned her. So she's amazing. Bulletproof soul. You gotta have a bulletproof soul. People are gonna shoot at you, you know, mentally, emotionally, sometimes physically, and definitely spiritually. If you're not in tune and learn how to protect yourself, you will get attacked, and it will not be nice. I've been there. So keep growing. Learn about yourself. Learn about how this world works, and just learn to be a little more self-reliant. You know, that do it yourself. If you want to get things done, you got to do it yourself. Point blank. Period. You can't wait on people, man, because people are on their own schedule. They're in their own little world, and a lot of people only care about what they want to care about. When it has to do with another person, it's like wishy-washy. You understand? If you want to get things done, you got to do it yourself. Or, you know, if you have a couple of people or a good friend that's, you know, stuck by you, you know, that's just there with you, that's cool. If you have a higher power, that's even better. Whatever. Um, just know that I said this, you know, because it's the fucking truth. Excuse my French. Um, whatever. So I'm gonna shut it down. This is Aquarian energy, giving you guys some insight, and you know, this life isn't easy. So that's why I'm here to, you know, give you guys some knowledge, and I can learn at the same time, you know. So thanks for watching, and have positive thoughts today. Alright, peace.